Hello, we are going to solve this Math SAT practice. Let's start with number 1. What is 10% of 470? We need to find the 10% and we need to use the rule of 3. So if we know that 470 it's the 100%, now we want to find the 10%. What amount? What is that 10% amount? So just for another example that could be in the test, if they want to know, they ask for the 30%, or you just change this 30% or 20%, whatever it asks. Right now it's 10%. So we just multiply this 470 times 10 and we divide it by 100. We do that. 470 times 10 divided by 100. Now we can simplify the zeros, this one with this one, and this one with this other one. So we have 47 times 1, 47 times 1, it's 47, and 47 divided by 1, it's 47. So the answer is B. Now for number 2. We have this equation and they ask us which equation has the same solution as the given equation. So we can solve this equation. Let's start to solve it. 4 times x plus 6 is equal to 18. So 4x equal to 18. Now the 6 goes to subtract minus 6. This is equal to 4x equal to 18 minus 6, 12. And we can stop here because we see that these equations are the same. So if the equations are the same, they're going to have the same solution. Our answer is C. Now the third one, this is about inequalities. We know that inequalities are the symbols greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. Now let's read. The total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of a $25 service fee and a 10% per hour rental fee. A person rents a surfboard for 3 hours and intends to spend a maximum amount of $75 to rent a surfboard. Which inequality represents this situation? So we have two costs. One is 25 service fee plus, so this fee plus this another fee has to be less or equal than 75. The other fee is $10 per hour, and we don't know the hours. It's a variable. 10 hours times t, we said that it has to be a maximum of 75, so it has to be less or equal. That's 75. It includes 75. And that's our inequality, which is answer D. Now for number 4. The function g is defined by this function for which value x is the function 25. So we can, since these are the same functions, we could use this trick. 25 equal to x to the power of 2 plus 9, and we are going to find the value of x. So if we do this, 25 minus 9 is equal to x squared. 25 minus 9 is 16, equal to x squared. Now we could we have to get rid of this square, so we need square roots to both sides. We apply square roots to both sides. This simplifies with this one, so we have that, and the square root of 16 is 4, because 4 times 4 equals 16. Or we could say this, 4 to the square is equal to x. This 2 simplifies with the square root, so we have that x is equal to 4, which is answer A. For number 5, we need to know this probability formula, that is equal to the favorable outcomes divided by the possible outcomes. Alright, now let's read. Each face of a 14-sided fair die is labeled with a number from 1 through 14. So we know, we get that. We have 14 possible outcomes with a different number appearing on each face. If the die is rolled one time, only one time, what is the probability of rolling a 2? So the favorable outcomes is one possibility divided by the possible outcomes, that is 14. And that's our answer, A. Number 6. A printer produces posters at a constant rate of 42 posters per minute. At what rate in posters per hour? Per hour does the printer produce the posters? So we need to find how many posters per hour produces this printer. And we know that it produces 42 posters per minute. So we have to transform these minutes to hours. we want to know uh, so sorry so if we know that in 60 minutes, because the minutes have to be simplified, we have 1 hour. 1 hour. So we simplify the minutes, and we have to multiply that. 42 times 60, which is 200, 520, 2520 posters per hour. Posters per hour. That's what we wanted to find. Posters per hour. That's our answer. Now number 7. This function f is defined by this equation. What is the value of the function when x is equal to 4? So we just need to replace this value of x in this function. So what is this function of when x is equal to 4? So we just replace the x with 4 plus 2. This function is going to be equal to 7 times 4. We replace the x plus 2, which is equal to 7 times 4, 28, plus 2. Our answer is 28 plus 2, 30. This function of x when x is equal to 4 is equal to 30. Now for number 8. A teacher is creating an assignment worth 70 points. The assignment will consist of questions worth 1 point and questions worth 3 points. We have two kind of questions. Which equation represents this situation? We need to find an equation where x represents the number of 1 point questions and y represents the number 3 point questions. So two type of questions. These questions are worth 1 point and are represented by x. That is same here. Plus the 3 point questions that are represented by y. And this has to be equal to 70 points. To 70. And that's our equation, which is answer D. This is the same as x, right? X plus 3 times y is equal to 70. And last, for number 9, we have right triangles LMN and PQR that are similar, where L and M correspond to P and Q. That means that L corresponds to P and M corresponds to Q, respectively. Angle M has a measure of 53 degrees. What is the measure of angle Q? So we have two right triangles. Let's draw that. This is 90 degrees because they are right triangles. I know my drawing isn't to scale, but it has to be 90 degrees, and we have that L corresponds to P and M corresponds to Q. So they tell us we have this information that angle M is equal to 43 degrees. What is the measure of angle Q? Since these uh, angles are similar, they have to be uh, within the same measure. So this has to be 53 degrees to this angle of Q, because we know that angle M is congruent to angle Q, since they are similar. So the answer is B. Thank you for watching.